So, as of today, Meta's platforms, which include Facebook and Instagram, went down for thousands of users. Yay! Maybe we're going back to the 90s, back to that glorious time when there was no Facebook or Instagram, when you could pick up a phone and say, "Hello, Joe. Hello, Mary. Hello, Sue." A time where we didn't have people jealous of one another over somebody posting their fake life on Instagram or Facebook. A time where people did not always want to get their 15 seconds of fame with a click of a like. That feeling of that dopamine rush hitting your brain, seeing those likes add up on something you posted. Or maybe this is just temporary, everything's going to go back online, everything's going to come back up, and we are going to keep living this simulation we call a reality. More than likely, that is what's going to happen. But in any case, as many as 500,000 Facebook users had reported issues logging in or accessing the site as of mid-morning Eastern Time today. According to Outage Tracker Down Detector, around 50,000 outage reports had been issued regarding Instagram and another 10,000 Facebook Messenger, although the number of reports had already begun to fall within an hour after they begun. Some users found they had been logged out of their Facebook accounts. Others got notifications on Instagram that something went wrong, and their feeds could not be loaded. So, like with all technology glitches, there is no conspiracy to be had here, no conspiracy to be found. Even though, oddly enough, about a week or 2 weeks ago, we had AT&T and other mobile networks across the nation go down. Thousands of people without service. Many people could not even reach out to 911. Now, many people were theorizing as to what may have happened. Many people blamed it on the solar flare that occurred around the same time, these two large X-class solar flares. But AT&T was kind enough to come out and tell us what actually happened. AT&T states that the outage caused by a software update. AT&T told News Network in a statement that the outage was not a cyber attack, but caused by the application and execution of an incorrect process used as they were expanding their network. Well, thank you so much, AT&T, for clarifying as to why you went down, but could you be kind enough to explain to us why many other businesses that were not mobile networks also went down, including many pharmacies? These pharmacies were coming out stating, well, what about us? It wasn't just AT&T. We actually got a cyber attack. News, media, and the government were saying, stop it, stop it. No, you did not. Go back under your rug. And well, the stories behind the pharmacies and other businesses getting hacked did just that. They were nicely swept under the rug. Well, many of us in the conspiracy theory world were not ready to let this story go so easily. We were suggesting that maybe, perhaps, this is a dry run by the government testing some big false flag event that involves the grid. Now, I know a lot of people would like to go back to that golden age before technology and internet ruled our lives. But with today's day and age, with today's world, we would gradually, slowly need to be pulled away from the internet and technology. It would basically have to be a slow burn, a gradual, slow release, a slow process, pulling away from internet and technology to go back to that glorious age. But an instant downing, an instant hacking of our grid, where we would instantly lose all our technology, would practically be hell on earth. It would be utter chaos. 90 to 95% of us rely on technology. We rely on it for our medications, for our food, for our money. There are many things that we rely on technology for, to the point that we are pretty much a part of technology. Many of us just do not have the skills to farm our own crops, to live off the land. And even if you do live off the land as a farmer of sorts, you still somewhat rely on technology unless you're a person that completely adopts the Amish life. Many of us don't even know how to interact with the public or have a personality outside of social media. So the internet technology going down would pretty much be the end of the world as we know it. One of the scarier parts about the grid going down, technology going down, would indeed be the lack of communication, not being able to use your phone or social media to reach out to loved ones. With Facebook and Instagram going down, like I said, we shouldn't make a conspiracy theory out of it, but somebody always has to step up to the plate and make it near impossible to not make a conspiracy theory out of something. Welcome in FEMA. FEMA were nice enough to remind us that once again, we do have to make a conspiracy theory out of everything. FEMA releases a very bizarre tweet stating, "Are your Facebook and Instagram pages down right now? Today is a great reminder to have multiple ways to get in touch with family and friends, call or text, social media apps, even a carrier pigeon." Now, while it might be looking like they are joking about the carrier pigeon part, with how everything is looking in today's world, it wouldn't be a bad idea to train a carrier pigeon to send out your messages. They end the tweet with, "Check out ready.gov for ways you can prepare for emergencies." Why, FEMA? Why? I was not ready to make this a conspiracy theory. I know many people want to say that There Goes Minutes of Horror again has to make a conspiracy theory about everything. With FEMA releasing this tweet just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. FEMA also reposted a tweet by LA City Emergency Management stating, "Before you get that pigeon out, also check with neighbors and see which one, cause they're all over the place, is a licensed amateur radio operator, aka ham radio, or auxiliary communication services ACS volunteer. Maybe become one," and then they post the link. FEMA also wants to remind us, social media should not be your only source of receiving weather alerts. Make sure you have multiple ways of getting updates in your area. This FEMA post was also reposted by ReadyGov, with some people saying, "What the hell is happening? On Super Tuesday, what a coincidence. Creepy." Others saying that the last thing we need is advice from the government or any agency associated with the government. Now, that can be argued. I would not ignore this because this definitely comes off as a warning. I know many people want to say that, well, this is from the government, it's the government, they are just hyping a fear factor here, but it's very important to not ignore warnings either. Their predictive programming, everything from what happened back in 2001, even to present day with the C-19, all had some eerie predictive programming behind it. You even have people saying that the schemers are indeed scheming. Now, is it just a coincidence that in the matter of a couple weeks, we had forms of communication going down? Now, what's even more bizarre is that with all these outages between communications, pharmacies, and other businesses going down around the same time, we have these billionaires, these big-time billionaires, including Mark Zuckerberg, who is the owner of Meta, building these underground bunkers. Matter of fact, there is one billionaire who is surrounding his underground bunker in a fiery moat. A moat of fire. You cannot access his underground bunker in any way, shape, or form. Al Corby, president of Strategically Armored and Fortified Environment, SAFE, a Virginia-based bunker company, recently told The Hollywood Reporter that his clients have been coming up with cunning ways to ensure their luxury apocalypse retreats cannot be breached by the Great Unwashed. Whatever that means. What is the Great Unwashed? Anyway, one of the projects Corby is working on for an unnamed business mogul is an island fortress with a flammable moat. Try and breach it and it will burst into flames. They wound up literally building a 30-foot deep lake around the compound, skimmed with a lighter than water flammable liquid that can transform into a ring of fire. The only access to the island is a swing bridge, and of course, there are also backup water cannons to keep the pores out. This article continues to state that, is all this bunker building a sign the 1% knows something we don't, and are preparing for the end times? Now, I'm not a biblical channel. I don't preach scripture. I'm just not that kind of channel. Yes, I do have my own beliefs. I do know that there are people subscribed to me that are not religious, but we can't ignore the fact that in scripture, it does say that the wealthy, the elite, will hide underground, but unfortunately for them, it's not going to do them much good. Revelation 6:15 says that the kings of the earth, the princes, the generals, the rich, the mighty, and every slave and every free man hid in caves and among the rocks of the mountains. Now, of course, not every free person and every slave will have an underground bunker, but this could be referencing to the fact that trafficked people will be trapped in these underground bunkers as well, along with these rich and wealthy elite people. Also is the fact that you do not have to be a billionaire to build an underground bunker. We also have millionaires building underground bunkers as well. America's most famous drag queen is also building a fortified compound to withstand the cycle of destruction. RuPaul is building an underground bunker with their husband in Wyoming. Now, Wyoming also has a lot of conspiracies behind it, that there are many bunkers under the Cheyenne Mountains and tunnels as well. Now, we don't know exactly why RuPaul is building this underground bunker. It is theorized that perhaps it's due to an upcoming civil war, or perhaps RuPaul got insider information from a billionaire friend that something is indeed around the corner. Looks like something is indeed around the corner, but I do want to hear from you. What do you believe? Do you think something is coming? Are they preparing and testing for something? Or am I just fear-mongering? Am I mongering the fear? In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.